Grand rising to you all the lovers of freedom, all the patriots all over the world. I bring you good tidings as usual from the God of the universe, from our ancient father, from Mother Gaia, from all the galaxies and all the frequencies. My next prayer for you today is that you are totally well. You know your way, you've been able to form your own terms and your narrative. Please, if you lay your hand on the very broadcast at any given time, do not hesitate to share. As I'm about to share my thoughts with you again, today's day being Monday, 8th of December, 2025. So we just have about 22 days to go. Please endeavor to share this very video so that you also help us disseminate this very information. For those of you that will be watching the video for the very first time, this is the Archbishop of Activism, the hero for democracy, an ambassador for good governance, the CEO, Salvation for Humanity and Redemption, the CEO, Civil Disobedience Worldwide, the CEO, the man that led the anti-COVID-19 vast campaign. We led campaign against it. By the grace of God, we have results in all our activism. So there's something I want to really highlight about. What we are saying today is a wing of change. You're going to get weird more than this. I told us many years ago, you can see today that most of our good brothers and sisters from those states, they want a positive change. So for those of you who love your children and you love yourself, if you are sensible enough, do not attack anybody because that person is fighting for you. It's a revolution without ammunition. One of our mother were telling me, say anything, all what is happening today, you can see all the giants, they are waking up. The same thing that was scripted in the book of that Ezekiel, 37 verse 1. Ezekiel were talking to the people. He said the hand of God was upon him, and he took him to a valley that was full of dry bones. He said the Spirit of God began to tell him, Ezekiel, do you think this bone will live again? He said, thou knowest, my Lord. And at the end of the day, in the crush of time, Ezekiel later found out that these were soldiers of Israel, as it was scripted. Many is still going to be choosing again, as it was scripted in Matthew 22 verse 14. Many is going to still be choosing, and it's not everybody that God can choose. And if your brother or your sister, you see him speaking the undiluted truth, don't fight him or don't fight her. You may have problem. Don't do it. Irrespective. Because they are obeying the voice of the ancestor, at the same time obeying the voice of the God of the universe. I quickly want to enlighten us because there are a lot of people that are already onto condemnations. Particularly, there was a lot of Bini aliens or Edo alien precisely, which will give them opportunity for them to repent. They refuse to repent. They are already facing condemnation already. This is not a joke. If you watch it this very week, a lot of persons are speaking out. Don't see maybe they are trying to be disrespectful. You can't stop it. Nothing can stop what is coming. It's time for salvation, for humanity and redemption. And we must be liberated. So that's it. Now, talking about palace, and at the same time talking about government. I guess these are the people. One is holding supposed to be the custodians of our tradition. What how to do civil disputes. Maybe issue between land. Okay, market is not in this place. Mainly because nobody elect them. They born to be who they are. Now, for a king not to be seen anything wrong with the society, all he does, he flies abroad to start buying house. You should know that there's something wrong somewhere. If you go to Saudi Arabia today, I told us all the time about it. If you also look at Dubai, they have kings. And it is their king that developed those countries. Now, our own, we are claiming monarchy system of government, which those aliens, they have really projected it to the people so that we accept it. That there is a man that is a God, but that same God does not see that his children cannot access road to farm. That same God can't speak when there are too much insecurity. That same God now involve himself fully into full-time politics. Into full-time politics. Now, no, our tradition, our core value, they have not been able to explain it to us how it was supposed to be. That's why normally your tradition, your culture, is not supposed to be something that is hard for you to comply with it. It makes you even happy. Now, what is some of our core value? We are born to speak the truth. That's why anytime I say the truth, I'm happy, irrespective. Based on our people were groomed. The ancestors were groomed. And they themselves, benevolently, they've groomed and also groomed their children. Irritate them when we speak the truth. There is nobody as far as the planet Earth is concerned that they don't talk to. The Queen of England, the former Queen of England, before Ikpa, the most powerful woman on earth, he does not need visa. If he's traveling to anywhere, he does not need to hold passport. Immigration on the ask him passport. He can just point this very eye, go say this house, I need it, and you go leave the house. Do you know that woman never misbehave? That woman never misbehave. They have invaded 198 countries in this very world. Invasion means that you must see their footprint there. That's why he's the head of states of Canada, New Zealand, and Australia. He's also the head of state of Nigeria. All African countries that they told you that they gave you independence, you are not having independence. But a time also came during these trumpets, due to one thing or the other, which he committed. He was investigated. When the president of our president stormed the Janjaweed UK, you can see that on that very fateful day on 2017, he was walking in the front of the Queen. So similar things going to be happening in Edo. We don't need it because it suffocates humanity. We doesn't need it. It suffocates humanity. Your real tradition is inbuilt in you. You don't need to be taught, this is your sister, don't go and start looking at her when she's having a bath. No. There are a lot of things that is inherent in you. You don't find yourself, you don't love it. You hate, no, I will not do this. I will not do this. Now, I'm trying to enlighten us a little. The area they really fade away from their duties. Now, let's go back to the government. That is why any government that want to cover up his shenanigans, it quickly do something tangible, obey the palace in no ramification so that they don't call him Ogyomba. That's what they do. And this is what will be happening right from time. Their interference in governance. They have been using the same power to silence the people. Most of you don't really know the reason why you are in existence or the reason why you were born in this very generation. I was sent particularly to this very world to correct this very nonsense. I don't really know why you are in this life. Because me, I found out that molding blocks and cement and all that things is not really meaningful. This is the very mission. They look at it that, okay, who is going to go and fist up the world? The world is too over-debilitated. Who is going to go and put an end to the reign of slavery in Edo State? Then people like us were sent. That's why if you watch it as an Archbishop of activism, I'll be running around the clock to make sure I speak energy to all our brothers and sisters. I've been the one using the Bible to make sure I give us a clear definition. If we are insulting them, we must definitely refer them to the Bible. Because there was a sense why Isaiah said in that Isaiah chapter 6 verse 1, he says, since the day King Uzziah died, Isaiah, I saw the Lord. Now, I also told us one time that a time will come when you start thinking rightly, the palace will no longer make sense to you. If you watch all Edo aliens today, all of them, from beginning to the end, they don't have something tangible they are doing on media, apart from fighting for the palace. And since they have been fighting, as their fight ever one day yield any fruit, or yield any positive, whatever, it's not yielding anything. Now, if the one we are doing, sensitizing our people, if it's not yielding anything, me, I will not be coming out. I will not come out. That's why this very notion that they were told that they were groomed anyway, they were groomed. At times, we say it's their fault. At times, we also say it's not their fault. We blame them most of the time because why? They try to silence the people that are speaking the truth. Everybody have his own way of doing these things. Speak your own truth, then I speak my truth. I think over recent time, we have been seeing how they have been putting threat to the family of our Batobaze, the parents. They have been putting threat to them. One thing that always comes to my mind, why did these people always feel they have monopoly of violence? And I don't know the reason why they always feel these too bossy, that I can do you anything, nobody will even ask. You don't open up your live video and you start speaking from the two sides of your mouth. Now, if you now go to court tomorrow, for example, let remove settlement. Can you really defend what you are accusing people for, what you want to go buy their parents for? Can you defend it in the court of law tomorrow? Or won't you also think that what you are even doing, even the palace, they are even ashamed of you because they know what is coming for them already? Now, if the palace is really existing, why are they not addressing some crucial issues? One, insecurity. Two, a lot of menace their useless children are doing on media. This useless guy in a double idiot, after he done all his nonsense, he said that we are filing for the palace. If the people in the palace were to be sensible, they will debunk that information. Please, we'll not send you the one where you did. Now, how is such a thing a tradition? A lot of people will always say the palace is Uyi Noriyangbe. What Uyi? No, how does some certain news that happen there give you respect abroad? It makes them to even see you finish. It made them to look at you that all these men, they are not really sensible. A reasonable human being will not open up his live video to be supporting nonsense. Now, what is the crime of the very people that you want to start hunting for their parents? I saw this midget brother. I saw one of his comments when he wrote that when one useless man were backing, saying no manner of things, that they should go and look for Abbat parents' house and all of that. Then I saw this very midget. I saw his younger brother. I saw his comment. I saw that comment. I was very dumbfounded. Now, when his brother was misbehaving, did they went and arrest your father? or go and arrest his in-law. He said that they shouldn't go for if papa and mama they talk to around. The guy not they hear papa and mama word. He said na in-law. Now the second down. This what this major brother in Sweden. That was said. Only at the baby he will go back to jail again. And if he have known that na his brother na be problem, he would have not be coming out to media again. Now there are a lot of things you don't need to do. That's why there are comments. I will not just come and start inconveniencing you with comment. Except that I'm in full support of it. We are against any form of violence. There was a day one of these they are useless, whatever. He brought out my picture. Somebody that someone believe on me, who see me as his own father. He said, Ipa, and now say, please don't. He have the capacity to give this very idiot problem in his own city. He said, we to my or him, he will you bonene, or we power almost to Lina we know, say I. I warned him, do not. What did I say? If I want do egg that way, do not. That's how a normal person behaves. Now, you are witch hunting or you are hunting other people's parents. But you have parents. You are here in abroad. You do come out outside. You work in your working place. Can you be able to withstand 3 women fighting you? Can you withstand it? Or do you think all this one you are doing now, any of these people supporting you on media, they will escort you to the station one day because we were fighting for the palace? Won't the palace talk? Are they holding? Will they give out a press conference? Why is it that in this whole world we have palaces everywhere? One of the biggest kingdoms in the world now is Saudi Arabia. Go and look for, go and check what Mohammed Ben Salman is doing. Those people that doesn't make noise. No wonder we were told that empty vessel make the largest noise. You see all of the wrong threats here and there. You open up your live video, you start running straight. But you get papa, get mama. No, who have told you guys that you have right because you are not fighting for the palace? You have right to instigate problem. We don't instigate problem. But at the time you start bringing it on, we will resist you. Just the same way we have been winning you guys in this very activism. When it comes to grand fight, guerrilla war, whatever, we will win you. Or you will start to collect from Ireleni. It will happen somehow someday. Now, they become very useless that they don't see anything wrong about what the palace is doing. Does that mean everything they've done is fine? Now, any person that criticizes Okpebolo, you are not doing well, automatically, they will tag that person on your back. When I was always posting things most of the time, ever since that the palace have been neutralized, this one have been done, it's no longer there again. Spiritually no longer there. All of you that are just fighting, protecting, I don't know why your culture will frighten you. I don't know why your culture is so wicked. Culture was supposed to be like, you are just living a normal life. It does not restrict you from anything. It's like the very day you were born, the kind of freedom you are given. We are supposed to live the way we live abroad here. Your innermost mind and your conscience will tell you that this thing that you are doing, this is the will of God for you. And it will also give you a demarcation, the one that is not also the will of God for you. But they doesn't see anything wrong. You want to die because of a man that is a pedophile. What about tomorrow? The same crime that the Queen of England committed will make them buy. Your papa don't say comment uncle. What are you going to do? You can see how big as England. The very day Charles was inaugurated, you see people were protesting. They write it on their chest, not my king. No one was arrested. This is your king that doesn't have one particular thing. One of the most cheapest app. When I we go, okay, this is our king, your initiator, our sending you our free. Now, what are you guys getting? The reason why people like us always bring that topic, I don't just come and say, Ogungbe. I want to first educate you because God sent judgment. He always send warning. All my message have been warning. So when the calamity will happen, don't say we are not told. The ark that was supposed to take Noah 120 days to build, it took him 120 years. Because God were trying to pass messages. Let's see if they can repent. Don't say you didn't hear it. We have told you what your palace is not doing well. I've told you several times with that number. Momo was an idiot in it. You can see today now is an idiot. What I have said here is going to come to pass. This is not sugarcoating. This is what I've already known. Everything I've told you from this very platform must come to pass. Nothing can stop what is coming. So your social media, whatever nuisance, if you end up killing anybody's father, you are going to go in for it. If you end up buying any person's brother because he has matter, accepting what these people are saying is to bring down the state. If it to elevate the state, my dear, all your food generation will be wiped out from the face of the earth. I saw somebody one day. The person was praying. You know what we say, he thought he was laying curse on Ogyomba. Now, what does the scripture say the way it was created? If you check that John 8, verse 32, he says, "You shall know the truth, and the truth shall set you free." If you are trying to support people with sentiment, there are ways you also support with sentiment, that nothing will happen to you. That's why I always bring lane of curses at times. If really what I'm saying is a bad thing, may all your plans come to pass. If what that is saying is not the truth or how God wants it to be, all your plan will work. If he's saying the truth, my dear, whatever thing you are waiting for about Obaze will happen to you. Now, why not a do alien also come out with such modalities? Let's do this activism like this. If you support now, honor gallery or can development like Edo State, what you bear. When I saw these very homobugs, they were lamenting, swearing. I put a capital amen. That I raise up my divine consciousness because I see them that they are laying curse on themselves. He said, "You shall know the truth." And what does that John 4 verse 24 say? He said, "Our God is a spirit. Everyone that must worship God in spirit and in truth." Now, instead of you to go allow the Spirit of God to start using you, for you to even be called Ogyomba, you are blessed. A lot of you don't know. It means that veil, the captivity you have been in, you are delivered. A lot of you don't know the meaning. I said it right from time. But that does not mean may you go to do battle. Say in the say righteousness exalt a nation and still is a reproach. Stay in the path of righteousness. Just the same way I'm saying right now, you are calling me Ogyomba, no problem. That to say, I'm not a different species. I'm no longer in the state of categorical species. That to say, God don't already answer, my calling, I don't already answer. I'm not a part of the people God have chosen that will cause liberation to humanity. That's why I'll be begging us, our brothers and sisters. Don't start this very fight. Don't let them go turn your head, may you go to do another thing. On a norm, Ogyomba is supposed to be somebody who put fire in the market. Ogyomba is supposed to be somebody who raped his brother's wife. Ogyomba is supposed to be somebody who impregnates his sister or his cousin. Or man, we the spirit in that level working Ogyomba. Now, if you watch everybody they are tagging today, are the people that meant to work for humanity 100%. So anytime you see them lay curse, don't be afraid. Do not be, they call you name, don't be afraid. Because normally your destiny is undecodable. That is how it's supposed to be. Nobody can code your destiny except you accept it. Bear the name. Let them call you the name. Yeah, that's who you are. How will you be a friend to somebody who does not have evidential value for humanity, who does not have human sympathies? All they know is for themselves. Tell me one particular core value that the palace have taught us. Is there anything they taught us one day? That they taught us this very thing, then we are not living with it. What are they taught us? Or even go and fight. Look at how the palace have divided the people. It has been right from time. Go and confirm this very word. Are you yes? Yes. That's when they polluted the foundation of the state. Now, now you have often heard where they will tell you where you go see your back. What does that mean? They are trying to refresh your memory. Look at who this man is. You go see your back, me say you go see pine. It's not a blessing. It's a calamity. That's who they are. The throne were built on the indigenous people. If you do not have hair to the modality which they've already placed of that slavery mentality, you are gone. So that was why in 1970 something, I was sent into this very war. Go and correct that very nonsense. I'm not in abroad to come and build a shelter. A lot of you don't know. The reason why I'm abroad is what I'm doing right now. He says, seek ye first the kingdom of God and his righteousness. What righteousness here? Right standing. He said, every other thing shall be added. Okarioba will tell us, where do you want to have a building? Every one of you that is fighting right now to turn, who refuse to, to give up. Ego problem where that is, your name will be excavated in a stone. Your story will be more pure than the one of Jesus. A lot of you don't know. You think it's calamity. It's not calamity. It's not easy for you to be chosen. If you check our brother recently, who have key in, do you think that I saw one of our brother here in Spain? Let me mention his name for the first time. It is called Word Update. I saw him in an eloquent manner, speaking the truth. I will not say insulting the palace, he's speaking the truth. Because anything truth, the palace count it as insult. That's the problem. Anything truth, they count it as insult. And the useless children count any word truth as an insult. I don't think nobody, I know one or two persons may just say, hey, wait. No, we don't say wait here. Along the line, as we are dishing it out, decolonizing your mind from that mental slavery, then people will say you have touched line. It's the normal language we use here, we can use for Queen, use for Donald Trump and every other thing. If I say, for example now, I'll say the palace is useless. Do alien will pack out and say, yes, it's because it's not useful. Is it not really useless? Let talk as brothers. At the time something is not meeting up to his own standard or the purpose why it was established, that to say is useless. I can't say where the palace is the most useless entity in the world. Because why? They are not acting accordingly. Even to what they told us. Egwa say, right? How many issues have gone to Egwa? Nana Mutore. The same somebody you are calling that is a God to everybody. They have been killings, buying of people. Up till now, we have not seen the palace chiefs gather themselves for a press conference. No renagima, valagiu, or a palace yokbebo, gimnagau. Oriomo was Sesiriana, Ona was Sesina, na Boswayana. That was what our fathers do in the village. What did they do? They will send Egele Keki Bama. They must bring that Iziga out of the place. So what they do is called insult. Is it the truth they call insult? Because they don't want to hear the truth. If you want to speak the truth, you can speak the truth about Obaseki. Let's assume now, Azuwa is using the same modality in supporting the palace. It not go be Ogyamba. Okay. Okay, I just see your comment from Blatter. You say, oh, God, you try and enter TikTok. You have the energy and follower. And the thing is just that we are not be permitted. We do something according to the leading. Even at the initial stage, I opened up my TikTok. That was in 2023 or so. I was never permitted to enter TikTok. By now, Mr. Abba, you will know that this fight is very complex. There are a lot of things you do, or things you are led, you can't do it. The only way for the now I'm permitted, I can do 10 minutes video, upload it on TikTok. Say coming live on live TikTok. I don't know when that is going to be. That's why if you even look check most of my video, I just copy and paste to one more year. No design, nothing. So that we are why we are led for the now. Thank you for that advice anyway. Now you've written it, maybe on a very good day. Let's see whether our ancestors will permit us soon to start, coming out there to see how we can be both sensitized as people. But the most important thing that our message is really going around. That's why if we must have a better society, all hands must be on deck. We have to roll up our sleeves and do the needful. Now, when we go a threat that they are parting to Abba right now. Also write it in their comment. You don't leave your hairs for house. Why are you always people always violent? Don't always hide. It's a fact for everyone. It's not for one person. When people like us started newly, you can see that a lot of persons are tripping into today. Just speaking the truth. Also, I even saw that they've also targeted this very young man now, Guloka Adegboye. This is Swagalisos native daughter. I saw that this homophobe in Germany is also dragging him. Now, what is bad about what the man said? So many of us have come out that it's not my father. Really, it's not my ancestors. That one is clear. All those is not supposed to be bringing problem. The thing is just that the over-brainwashing is too much. It's like those people, most of them, they have not heard the truth before. You are calling somebody a God and that person is not even doing anything like God. That's impersonation for crying out loud. Then you are comparing a human being with God. How will such a state even develop? Now you are even doing it, you are doing it because of fear. Not that the person really merits it. The reason why I always quote the scriptures here is for us to know that even the Bible that makes you call yourself Christians, this one is quoted in that book of 1 Timothy 5 verse 17. It says, let the elder that rule well be counted worthy of double honor, especially those that labor in word and adultery. Or where give any cow, or have any wine, no gele when you say, or when na ye, or when na kiya ye, e wanagab yuji na bevu, da iwana yuji na, kate, e wani teme nunu ladian, ya bohen yene, deba, e wanove guehen ilele, na veri manoto e yuto, no mage wade. Now, I don't know from the concept which Edo alien they are speaking from. Any person that just speak is Ogyomba. If you criticize useless Okpebolo's government, you are Ogyomba. Oba came out categorically. He make it clear that his own ancestors sent Okpebolo. Now, categorically, to my ancestors, I know they are very unique and peaceful. They want a better life for their children. And we are not saying that even up to kidnapping, what Okpebolo know how to do right now, all our Egbe weather that would have carried arms to protect the land for us, instead of Okpebolo to make use of them, is chasing all of them away to make you more vulnerable. Okpebolo is not destroying kidnappers. Is it a crime to become a cultist? I can't get it. When does it become a crime? The people that Okpebolo surround himself with today, are they not cultists? Are they not cultists? This was supposed to be a social gathering. I know it was a jack on one condition. How does it support it? But too much of everything is bad. All you don't do, I also saw one in this salon. I think he write this very weak way past so that they all carry caterpillar. You have not raised one monument so far. You are destroying people's house. Why not go after these very people, imprison them if it is life imprisonment or even mine, so that their children can also inherit such a properties? This is what our ancestors brought us to come. Now, who is also patron to this very court? Is it not from the palace there? We had a patron did there. I can't get it. At the time your father does something, people are not re-echoing what your father have done. Is an offense. Why must he even do it at all? My way very to what I know you people to be. You know what you do at all. That's why I just do my normal activism. sensitize our people, let our people head start taking well, then I forget about it. That is just it. Look at everybody now. Recently, people are speaking out. We want a better society. Where we did so not be our own. This place is not for us. Now people get them. We be like person where they tenants. We are very comfortable having children here. We doesn't have future at home again. Because some certain person, this one talk on a threatening now. And these same people, you cannot come and categorically clear and look at what a man who draw somebody that belong to the Egua, collect money from her, give to the people he defrauded. Why would palace always support criminalities? Why will any person that support the palace, they are always very violent and senseless? Very violent and senseless. I think right now, we are doing our normal, our normal exposition here. Maybe at the end of the day, the palace might even be writing some kind of part due to our teaching. We don't just come and begin to frame allegation on you. We make it into two. What the palace were supposed to be doing, what they are supposed to do better, and the things they are not just doing at all. We find out that in all ramification, they have not been able to meet to our expectation. We are not expecting much from them. Take off your responsibility as a father. Respect, I do say it here. You earn it, you don't force it. Look at everybody pack out in social media. Just to make noise, rant, and all of them have one deformity or the other. Look at the other one. Normally, in Europe here, it is very common. I've never seen any part of the law that will make them to collect children from the man and give, children from the woman and give to the man. It's only when you are mentally derailed. That's okay, your mental capacity, you cannot take care of the children. The children will be collected from you, give to the man. These are the same people fighting for the palace. Look at this very useless boy in Sweden, who they confess one time that Oibo they knock his own wife, collect 50 euro from Oibo, may go knock his wife. He also agreed in one of his useless whatever that are you going to talk about midgets who sold up his destiny and made an amigo? No poor me, no poor destiny on Bologna. No, cut it. Let me also mention this idiot, this deputy idiot brother that lives in Germany. Look at all of them. Most of them, they can't even write their name. They cannot do an exposition the way I'm doing it right now, where at the end of the day, you are supposed to come out with a topic like this. Let people like us feel guilty. That to say we were misinformed. All they just do, threaten, as if they have monopoly of violence. Who have given you people the... Okay, don't you also think that the person you are planning for, at the time you succeeded in doing something, is the person going to fold up his hand and say, thank you for hurting my family, or thank you for hurting my parents? He's not going to fold up his hand. In every action, there is always a reaction. Let's get that categorically clear. So most of you right now, we are not talking to you. We might be saying, I don't put live video, man. We are talking to the people who changed your brain. And we are also here also to also free you from this mental slavery. Because you were groomed to it. Not that it's the normal way of life. That's why up to now, they don't have any case. They don't have any case against anybody, say because of one few. They cannot go to court and defend this nonsense. Rather than they try to make sure you start using verbal word. And we will not use that same verbal word against them. But if they back one person, they should be expecting 100 to fall from their own side too. If they back one person with this your arrogance, you no matter where you go where defend the palace. I think there's supposed to be a bigger hands spiritually that will just say, okay, the palace can go and invite some voodoo and moodoo from India. Why are you wasting your time? And the more you feel you are advocating for the palace, the more giants are rising up. You can see the two people I just mentioned recently. Word updates. They have become and choosing. Automatically, good luck. Adegboye's Fagalicious native daughter. He have also come out to speak the truth. That is just the truth. Now, where una keep una sense? Why not the reason well like every other person's? What is hard to really digest here? Your father is not doing well, is not doing well. No amount of propaganda that will stop this thing. We're not now, but we are not going to be doing that. But if you come, if you got bring it on, how was this very Europe built today? It was built with truth. They tell themselves the truth. The king of Spain ran. Why did he run? He go seek asylum somewhere. He did Abu Dhabi as we speak now. Because there was some fraud that was found in him. He resigned immediately and handed over to his son, Felipe VI. His name is Juan Carlos. He ran. You need to see Spanish. They call him a manner of names. Who do it, do people? Now, not many. In terms of hierarchy of whatever, you are minority even in Nigeria. Look how Fulani just came from nowhere. So take over your land away from you. Your ancestral land. You cannot access road to farm. You don't know a shame. And none of you talking about that. Did Oba people tell you people that he has a problem? He doesn't have a problem. Maybe by now, it might have, it's okay. What am I not doing well? Let me start doing it well. Instead of you guys to also say, okay, if you really love the tradition, one or two things that you also observe from other persons or from where you domicile abroad here, you'll still understand that, if I were to talk about the way you are treating us, this is not the same way it's done here. Most of the welfare in the UK is done by the royals. Spanish here, the king supports the government. If any disaster day now, as the prime minister, the president, they show, the king, they show along with them in solidarity. We have not seen any moves by any palace chiefs or any governmental agency who show solidarity. So, okay, at this community, so and so thing like this happen. Let's go and show solidarity with them. The only time it happened then was during Obaseki. That's the time it happened then. Even during campaign, the people they buy with their campaign vehicles, they did not pay those people condolence visits. After all, that one don't die. For how long are we going to keep on living in this menace? And what's really interesting you guys about this very nonsense? Any traditional institution that frightens its people is demonic and useless. They're not too ways about it. Tradition is the thing that are supposed to make you happy. It's not something that they force you to do. It's supposed to be inherent and you are born with it. Just the same way children are born to just born and start, performing all manner of things. You don't need to teach children how to play. It's inherent in them. Now so tradition be. It will also come to a time you'll be able to put some sand for head before. When you now grow up, you find out that, okay, you need to start putting sand into your head. Then why you also be taught by your parents gradually. The real tradition and the one where your parents tell you. How many of your parents, you guys are supporting evil now, that your parents taught you to support lies? Even to the update that these people has also. Or when Matayagoba dole do yi. Okay, emenazu wata. They know okay, we were wawagmon Latin. Okay, azu wa nana okay no. No, wawagmon Latin, wawagmon after the okay, azu wa this thing you said is a lie. For that simple reason you are arguing about. You can't see them categorically bring up one particular thing that look at this thing you said. Before you start labeling people, you should be able to have facts. This thing you said though is lie. Oh. Okay, now, what was the crime of Nnamdi Kanu? He said when if Oba died now, he said that they use human being head till they do the burial. Now, instead of a Edolian to say that in allow now before they happen, they happen again, for them to let us know, they'll just start quarreling. Okay, now let's assume now this one is a controversy. Oba married two sisters, for example. He not married two sisters. Now lie, not be two sisters married. Me, I just call their papa for your present now. Not be two sister. They'll start quarreling. This one where Belle don't wear rat go don't eat corn. Belle go the worry school. He don't be not doing. Or when not when I mean na person will vomit. Now say they see what he eat. Now why are you guys doing a lot of things? We were not the one that sent over Benin to Abuja to go and say, okay, now God now bring a Tunubu. Before the ancestors constantly give us Ubebolo. We have the right to ask questions. Your Highness, the governor where ancestors bring, how far? Then he go see come back to us, okay, or I win our say I knock our old dinner. Or when my yakwe, when I went not to Yakwe or Imu. They're not dolly. But on the norm, we are not supposed to start fighting ourselves, rather than let's see how we can be able to build up our society by telling ourselves the truth. Or where matter, I have now, I told you now. Any person that is adding lies to this very activism, our ancient father will consume them and everything around them. Like this very midget I was talking about just now. When nobody no man can idiot in to the extent where I go reference go. You know kata amaya mura viye wa the same person now no when I am mura ma viye wa. When he himself we are speaking the truth because are kati yen be na be tie wo yana. Ona you befeku. Before your ancestors use you, they can't use you. It's not easy for you to be caught. For guys where the journey might be very risky in most cases. But if you consistently keep speaking the truth, one day, we are doing na igareva. You just come strong. You don't know what to make you strong. Not till they move you again. You just do your day. That's why if you go to I think I came here right now not too furious or I want to start using some verbal languages. Rather than, as many that is watching, look at how we got here. Why have they really failed from their responsibilities? What's the responsibility of the government? What's the responsibility of the palace? Have they been able to meet up? Now, government is continuation, as we say. If they really want the state to go forward. Now, Obaseki have a lot of foundation you have laid. Start building it already. You complete the building. But why are they neglecting it, doing other things? Taxpayers' money were used. A lot of things. Oshomo Power Plant be shut down. Moa shut down. Radisson Hotel shut down. Wherever they do whatever. What's this thing called? Wherever they do a survey, whatever. Shut it down. Everything shut down. Now, you don't want everybody to just keep quiet, begin to do like zombie, they go. Or what be one thing that constant in life is change. The book of Ecclesiastes 3 from verse 1 said there is time and there is season for everything. There is time for us to be an Odin, while there is time for us to also speak out. I told us before now, the era we are right now, we used to be in the era of believing. Whatever, no. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Oba Sohan, yes, sir. Oba Isiagbon, yes, sir. Osaloba Nupogeva, yes, sir. Everything, yes, sir. We are now in the era of knowing. That's why it was scripted in that John 8 verse 32. He said, you shall know. That to say, as you are reading it, they are already, a scale of preference ahead of you that you are going to be coming across tomorrow. You shall know the truth. We are no longer in the era of believing. We are not in the era of knowing. We want to know the reason why we have Oba. We want to know their use. And propaganda can no longer cover this. Now, for those of you that live in Spain, and you are supporting this very nonsense, just tell your children one day, Uwe Ture ducha con fuego. That's what it means in Spanish. Oba no yirenhue. Uwe ture. Ducha con fuego. And let's see if that your child will not insult you. Or you are in England. Don't meet any of those Briticos. Just say, my king bow with fire. Say, are you stupid? Bow with fire for what? Is he trying to roast himself or something? This is the notion and the narrative Edo people want to make sure that we keep on in this very delusion. I can't get it. Now, maybe you are in Sweden, like this idiot, or wherever you are supporting from. Translate this very thing to your children, either in German or in Italian language, that your king bow with fire. You cannot do this thing for too long again. My honest prayer is that anybody else is suhu. That's why I think it was last year precisely when I found out that this thing has been there for more than 800 years. Look at this whatever now. Then I now say, okay, we need to start returning the ministry. Since we declare we touch about Sunhu, I think they know in the before, but and the imams happen. Also by Sunhu. Because why? We have done our analysis forensically or whatever, that the people that stand to make sure the state is better. Let's assume now the palace is standing where now. I can develop it, man. And when I develop it, it will help the people. Then automatically you are not enemy to the palace. Imagine you are controlling the people's brain from the palace. To the extent they might now, this same very thing that you are doing now, if they do you treat you like that in your working place, how will you feel? The same very injustice. That when one man is above the law, and even to Nigerian constitution, is supposed to be under local government, not even measuring with the states. If I don't really know what is coming for them, why are you repenting? This is not a winnable fight for you guys. And we're losing, and I don't already lose. That's why we don't have too few activism to, you know, when I told you guys one time that we own the spiritual headspace, we decide what happens. Who are losing banana totally. One I do have a problem in you what or dime. Because this same medicine you are doing right now, your children go to rape. The very day your children will speak the truth, they will lead to them. If you want to make yourself relevant, go and read. Create topics on your own. You can see that most of the time, I ask coaching to my activism. Because you have to read. Whatever thing you are doing, that you have to research or read. You have to read. You don't just come on. If you must. So even call people Ogyomba, for example, they call it in a unique manner that people go through no say me men Ogyomba. No, you explain the person's character. Or no problem. No problem. Then Obaseki tried to give autonomy to the Enigis. It makes him Ogyomba. That is what is Joseph Ogieho. No suhu wagbole egne gigbe yegbon. Or one yem Obaseki ba. Now pay. Your father should be paid according to the constitution. Obaseki did those things. He become an enemy to the palace just to plead this Joseph Ogieho, his father's whatever. Then he started misbehaving. If you choose to be a slave, but there must be a modality which God has designed for us to live this very life. The kind of life God has destined for us is what we are presenting to you now. A king should have his own jurisdiction. He should know his own duty. It is not for any king to subject his whatever into slavery. It's not possible. Slavery area is gone. It has been wiped. We are no longer in the era of slavery. You cannot be adding what you did in 1897. You want to come and use it to rule us now. Make way now. Even the same Edo today, there was a time that the Beninese, they revolted that they are no longer going to be worshipping again during Oba Ewakbe. And it's going to happen again. And this one is not going to be much crazier. The Benin, they left. They said, no, we cannot keep on paying homage. They left. He went to go and consult Oracle. The Oracle told the that something must have to be done. Atonement need to be done. Now, one of his wife, Idenokboho, according to the lie they told us, that he used herself as a sacrifice to restore the palace. Now, since the palace have been restored, what have been the importance of the palace up to today? All these vagabonds, all these Australian wallaby, all these sentimental knives, all these ewu meriji, they cannot in an eloquent manner explain to you the use of the palace to the people. I can still perceive it to the we abide. He did give up herself to restore the palace. What by? Human being they used. These are the same people that sold slaves. They sell slaves, they sell human being. Up to today, if you watch their arrogancy, there is no form of repentance in them. That's why that mentality era, you go see Oba. Nice day with them today. You go see Oba, go and ask what it means. Are you say yes, they say. Ask your parents. Then I ask you, they know how can agbe over a new. You can see that logically they are still practicing all these things. By the grace of God, the very day the troop of Donald J. Trump entered Nigeria, oh waffle. I don't say the habit of the nation. In terms of spirituality, or where do is siagmo, or meaning do is siagmo. Idu is the credo of human civilization. Or the hope, the very day, the reason why a lot of people are raising, or a lot of you don't know, a dominant lago down, and no other state in Nigeria will go better. There is uniqueness in that very state. That's why God is raising people like us all to speak. If you look at the way our ancestors also guide us, we don't speak verbally. We don't threaten people. No. We tell you the truth from here. One or two people is also going to pick up this very video tomorrow. You start shouting November. And all these are what is already in their history. The Pidgin, they know about it. The Portuguese, they know about it. They know about it. They know about the old records are out there. How they will use 10 men, 10 good men, use a change umbrella. These same people. At least there should be modernization, whatever things we do. Our father go through it because why? Because right now, don't know yet. But to round up this very video, any person you touch his father, your own will be touched. Any person, una yo wera loto, una unuma gweta. Then the priority no one why I tell my young back here, bono, wana gbiravani, action anything on ground. You will be heated more than the way anybody have ever been heated. Again, why I am where now the same being all of us for command. Why we have a ziba, why we actually commit a crime? It's like what Aswan said. Election were very even why daft said you guys could even ring election in a matured manner. Why go now? Look at all of them. Look at all of them. Where don't tell the story now? You don't know how to fight. The more you are fighting for the palace, the more palace you are there. Meta ne wane gbenane guana. Ayen aju was say. Me and why you was says oh agam you can yagmoin because like now we are fighting for the land to be better. You can see that there's improvement every day by day. Go to YouTube now and see a video now. People are tossing up, people are commenting. Or my year before now boriri. Or my year before yeah I went and then no one not today that name. I think as we posted this in the other day self. A t-shirt man has one job. Who are more who are customized yo. Where ti yeruni or yema where you want total freedom for yourselves. Who will build that way you talk. This slavery must have to stop. It must have to stop. It must have to stop. What are traditional law? What's supposed to be their major duties? Is it not to make sure everywhere is fine? Any area the government is not doing well, call the government to order. Up till now, no press conference from the palace, no press conference from government house. People are there supporting nonsense. I see midget brother writing in law. Where in law? Why we born? Where marry who? Umaya not one. You know ya mueria. I know why you talk to that riffraff because a woman be valid. You know ya ain't go to one because you were one first one useless whatever. But you were a big young bigly. You ain't have to say you are or win law. Very useless family. Or two were not doing senseless, very senseless. Senseless set of people. Even when I bought you were not doing one. I be money man negbe. A family they pray. Primary certificate can match all the one. Very useless set of people. Why instigate a problem? Vous we am where you am where maman who nous zaga wagon. On tient immediate. Wama osalobo ati osalobo maka tiotun we nene ne call na can miss call immediately you worry about whatever you sefa. Look at two of them, very useless set of family. Why instigate a problem? Come on, I will vampire you. Head of Taga Lion Tatamon Twin, or te fiagmo you talk, or ye no bale, going to rob you or useless a life up to today. Who fi say ya over any? When over we book what you would have do? Wage when anybody wamami we wa forget when I am mujo where mo who wa gbopa gbe 100 wa saloa now no na sabi do bad okay why they come out now na be school boy en wa fi wa ye na magbera ma yiri ni as any man the organic one run you don't need to join any otu we me one mass squad when amateur when move mo na bring on now one more street. What do you think people like us have been on this very media advocating? I not go jail. Where my yegan? Who where if you when I yegan? Was saloa. You see say na bato copes you yamba. Boreva. No me bogbo mama so I will not sell you man. Oh man, no boy one me bogbo na natio man. You are going to see how all of you is going to be raided. One mudia having on day. You guys thought it's a joke. There are things that are worth saying. Why there are a lot of things. You forget about it. You might have a problem with what. Or two work big young big. Uno will don't be you again. What? It will don't be you one day. When I used to get violent. Aru power yaro we wa mami mi we agbomama waro. Why that wa jealousy? Position yourself where let God use you. What position the buwasi? Get ho we gama. Any person that here a missioner, who a family ni or representative family or a day will come away clear. Why not? Why God not? God cannot even call you because you are a bad person. Why you want myself? Check people now where they fight me do better. We live speaking the undiluted truth. Then what myself where let's go to debate. 1 minute. Mena said you will be debate. Mena occupy a podium. Now do value in already now. Wow, can you give any references? Can you even explain the meaning of neo-colonialism? A problem in Nigeria, we're now going where in 2 minutes to explain it. Can you explain it? But a youth in Aya working now, very senseless set of people. You must know what fame you know it. They are big comment in Mondain law, when Mondain law, where is secret Mondain law about it say? You know what below what? Where more who? Why adopt when you no move destiny there? Why me big can ever? Abi we ma hot you where or move destiny there? Must you recommend what have you been on the palace? Obu we one of Bunane palace. While load the palace in line. E no tu when I wait go with it. E me no tu wait eta gele go. Abi we wo re no. Osioba wa sun hu wo wa gbon. E wa na dey calamity. You guys are in Europe. Europe is not in you people. The market can sense of human. Wow, man. It must be palace. We're fighting everywhere. Women have a problem. Don't you know you have a problem? Fight for your let every one of you fight for your individual's life. What I mean, matter mama we get all that what they do. Our life to ban. Oh, what we're doing now? We banana palace. We got boom winner. We come on no banana palace. Unu viari no. Banana palace. They have nothing to say. I'm fighting for the palace. I'm fighting for the palace. Who told you? The palace have a problem. A palace is no one who are waiting and come. Why are you people not joining the palace to protect your ancestral land? A was in Wakere full and error. Who are say yao? Okay, my problem was here full and error. About to send a kidnapping aredo. Abi, you see it. Egenave ruba bi juwa no ho wana vie ka oriedo u wanye o ni make so rafintan. All ti work out there where full and as 2000 and whatever you have the ammunition like nana. Why is it no longer saying it now? Egbe no man egbe te ku nyokpa ya zopa. Iruwana wa bie. Ona bie lo mono useless. A reasonable person no reason say will not open up his live video, see what the palace meant for the people, not go on your kekan. It didn't work to way. Go and check what other kings are doing. Focus your attention only on King of Spain or anywhere king are in the world. Yage Dubai wayale you wana ya delowa. No way Dubai tobuwa. As a 1990 here, Dubai was like a desert. Yage today wana ya delowa. Why don't you also okay? This is a king. What is the difference between me and this very person? Let's assume the GDP of this very man is $54 billion, for example. Let's assume my own GDP is $1 billion. Do the little you can. Leave the rest for God. Why wait up? Tell me where is safe in Edo today. Tell me one particular place. Okay, this is the place. Was there or you know? On a wala den binanegwa. On a den binanegwa. What binanegwa? When I know that you have a very big problem of red buwe alone, say 10 years where take bina. Very neck buwe. Wanagele buwa. Or see any vidana sunu that one bon. Most of your ancestors, they were not happy with the palace. They forced them out of their will. They obeyed them because they have no other alternative. We are here when I'm with forensic machinery. If na go my heart unwe onogele regwani with their leader with their licenses. They are dead because you think we want to mediana. Do you know how many idiomas no one more tomopola no we be cannot wato? Bring it on. You know why 10 years ya press your son. Ewu wa wulo. Wa de ti wa gun. Non miran you. Maman negbe. Im wa segba wa do azu go. Nonsense. Please let me believe in you guys. See you some other time. Jah Rastafari Selassie man. Yes. Imagine. Huh? You'll be fighting for power. The power doesn't even know whether you exist. There no one particular single thing. This is what the palace stand for. Who are these? So I don't want to judge what we are supporting it down. You want to make sure everybody remains slaves. One media, look at what the palace stand for. Oh, you know. You're forcing people to be a slave. It is what they can do. And no one and no. If we want to even start taking law into our hands, why team with the street? Can you see fight for 5 minutes? Where you take banana for 5 minutes? Why one la media? Why naked one of we bona time to come in? Why see you so? People go naked you. Don't you see where the people are waking up? Don't you see the way people are waking up? Why do we platform? Why taleva? Why talitata totowa? Oyomba ma fedi ne. Also about suhu. Oyomba, is it bad for somebody to be your enemy? I'm not a slave now. When a slave, we're more here. So let me believe in you guys here. For those of you that are watching, the God Almighty will continue to protect and guide you. As many people that are speaking out, may your voice never crack. May the Haitian spirit continue to guide and protect you. If there's the war at the back, you bear at the front. The war at the front, you bear at the back. Wayopa wo manuwa, waiva wo manuwa. Usu wanana no zena. Uwa agbeni benana sufo en wa miotoe. Igyan no we awogyan ya derima. Yan fise ya ima dere their downfall. We will also see the ending of this very year. This very year we never see our ending. Whatever thing they are wishing, as many people fighting for, we to have a better society, particularly to have a better Edo State. As many of you fighting for us to have a better Edo State shall be well with you. But as many fighting against people know where our state must go forward. I remove your immune system in a riba or no banana will allow down. When nowhere immune oba mue, wa lo de no bala, o de no bahiala, ewala, o de ne queen of England la wala, o de ne king of Spain la la, o de ne Pope Francis la, Vatican la, o de ne European Union la wala, o wa yun wa sefa wa son, wa yun wa sefa wa van. But you people leave the people alone for them to speak your truth. Won't you talk without tagging anybody? Won't you talk without insulting anybody's parents? Okay, what is it changing? Certainly nothing. With no mind, why a problem where you better go and solve it. Where we make personal problem where we say if we more warning. So good night everyone. Ciao.